Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So I'm going to start with a prayer. I'm going to pull some subconscious cards, and then I'll see what deck I am led to. So, Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are and where they are on their spiritual journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projection, spell work, black magic, dark magic, hoodoo voodoo. Father God, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so let's see what's going on in the energy. Whew, yesterday was one of those days. I was I was heavily in my, I like to call it my Tupac energy, my Queen of Swords energy. And so I was like, I can't do a reading when I'm in this kind of energy. So I was on some hit 'em up type energy yesterday. So yeah, I was like, you know what? It's as good as any time to take a day to rest. Got to know that. You have to know those things about yourself when you're not in your best energy. You know, sometimes it is best to rest. But I'm back, as always. Very happy to be doing this as my job for the Most High God. So, all right, let's see what we got going on in the energy, because I'm picking up a feminine energy right off the bat. So let's see what we got going on here. We got a lot of cards too. Needing to heal from codependency wounds, unhealthy reliance on others for a sense of self-worth and identity. Needing to heal a neglect wound, feelings of abandonment, unworthiness, and a deep sense of emptiness, often resulting in difficulty forming healthy attachments, self-neglect, and a pervasive fear of rejection or abandonment. Address wound of moral injury, suffering from a deep conflict between personal values and actions taken or witnessed, often seen in military veterans or individuals who have experienced ethical dilemmas. A blockage of the throat chakra, difficulties in communication, expressing thoughts and feelings, emotional symptoms like shyness, fear of speaking, or dishonesty. An overemphasis on external validation, seeking validation and approval primarily from external sources rather than cultivating internal validation. Needing to heal from betrayal wounds, deep emotional pain resulting from a perceived betrayal by someone trusted, leading to difficulties in trusting others. And now we got a couple of extra cards. Needing to heal a despair wound, experiencing a profound sense of hopelessness or meaninglessness, often in response to chronic suffering, trauma, or existential crises. And then we have needing to address vulnerability blockages, challenges in opening up emotionally and authentically expressing vulnerability. And with the subconscious cards, this can be past or present what this person needs to heal or has already healed. And this is a general reading, so please only take what resonates. It is like eating fish. Eat the meat, leave the bones. And I'm going to start with the graffiti deck because I feel like that's where I'm being called to. So let's see what we got going on in the energy. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Spirit team. So we got first card out, Virtual Mask. cursing themselves, provocateur, fear based, eavesdropping. Whew, some powerful cards out here. Milking it dry. Having faith. Sitting on a pedestal. Obstructing. Social pressure. Bonds forged in fire. Lucky break. Unwanted attention. Cosmic nudge. Loyal fans. Travel goals met. Fake checks. Open 24/7. Third eye. Liar. Parental issues. Okay, let me go ahead and get this reading started. So this reading is for a karmic feminine. A karmic feminine who has been in this weird secret competition with a divine feminine. And of course, I hate to say this, but if it's a karmic feminine in competition with a divine or divine feminine, it's usually for a masculine energy. I hate to say that. When you're in a karmic feminine energy, and you're fighting with another woman, 9 times out of 10, it usually got to do something with a man. And I say that because that's just the norm for women. That's on par with women in general, um, particularly karmic women. So in this case, this karmic feminine was in competition with this divine feminine, a divine feminine who was actually not in competition with this karmic feminine. As a matter of fact, this is a divine feminine that doesn't even know this karmic feminine. But what I'm getting is this is somebody that is attached to a masculine that this divine feminine used to be attached to. In question, this divine feminine is no longer attached to this masculine energy, but that has not stopped this karmic feminine from basically trying to do everything she can to one. I feel like in her mind, stop this masculine energy from going towards this divine feminine. Though I'm really just getting the sense that whatever masculine energy this is, this divine feminine feels like this is something from her past. Needless to say, this karmic feminine kind of went on this whole little clout bender, is what I want to term it as. This is somebody that thought that if they could gather enough people kind of in what I call a mean girls bully club to try to come up against this divine feminine, that they would experience what they thought would be a lucky break. So, and a lucky break with this masculine energy. This is somebody that has been wearing a virtual mask. You know, this is somebody that is stalking this divine feminine. This is somebody that is watching this divine feminine social media. I'm getting the sense this is somebody that could be literally going so far as to try to hack into or dig into this divine feminine's personal life in some kind of way. But this is somebody that is really just kind of hiding in the shadows, is kind of what I'm getting. But this is also somebody that is also presenting a mask of themselves to this friend group of, you know, as though they are the one wronged in some kind of situation. It's giving me somebody that's putting on a really good innocence act of like, oh, woe is me. This masculine left me because this divine feminine was a homewrecker. You know, like it's giving me that kind of energy. what I'm really getting is this divine feminine was triangulated into a situation that she wanted no parts of. And when she realized that was what was going on, she removed herself from the situation. This masculine energy basically is having a bit of a, I wouldn't say a nervous breakdown, but that's the term I just heard in my head, was a nervous breakdown over this divine feminine not being connected to them. And this karmic feminine is watching all of this transpire. And this is quite literally pissing her off. This is somebody that went to great lengths to be a provocateur, not in a good way. You know, we think of provocateurs as people who challenge the status quo. This is not one of those people. This is somebody that was trying to provoke and obstruct, every way possible, because this is somebody that is one, you know, deathly afraid of not having this masculine energy, because this is somebody that is shown up in the energy is very codependent, very low vibrational. Their sense of self is tied to this masculine, as well as this is somebody that is just not happy on their own. And also this masculine energy plays into this, you know, presenting false mask online. This is somebody that this masculine helps to present an image of respectability, an image of them being desired and wanted by masculine energy. It's tying into all of this image based, you know. So this is somebody that also, I'm also hearing, try to use fear-based tactics against this divine feminine with these friend groups. This is somebody that really, like I said, they were milking it dry. They were milking it dry. This is somebody that in their own mind, and this is only in their own mind, because in actuality they have not done the work on themselves to be presenting themselves in this kind of light. But this is somebody that was putting themselves on a pedestal as though they were a empress, high priestess, divine feminine energy. But this is somebody that's not that. Like I said, they when they were getting the cosmic nudge to go in and heal themselves, they quite literally refused to do so. So this is somebody that, this is why there's, the Holy Spirit literally just said, this is why there's so many subconscious wounds out here, because all of these are current subconscious wounds that this karmic feminine is dealing with. So as you can see, 8 cards came out, and this person, and each one of these cards are pretty profound things to be dealing with. So even if you were tackling each one of these things individually, this person will be in for a lot of work. But the fact that this is, this many subconscious wounds, and each one of these particular subconscious wounds carry with it a lot of what we call a lot of spiritual work. You have to do a lot to heal and clear each one of these subconscious wounds. So this person is dealing with all of this on top of low self esteem, on top of this person really putting themselves in this really toxic comparison situation with this divine feminine that has been eating at their self-worth. And it's really sad, because this was something that, like, I'm getting this masculine energy triangulated these two. The karmic feminine unfortunately fell for the bait of the triangulation. The divine feminine did not. Like I said, the divine feminine, once she realized what was going on, she got herself out of this. Like I said, this is somebody, this karmic feminine, that, like I said, they're eavesdropping. I feel like they're eavesdropping on this masculine energy, as well as trying to, like I said, get any kind of evidence that they can connect this masculine energy to this divine feminine, so that will kind of like bolster their, sob story of this masculine leaving them for the divine feminine. I'm seeing very clearly this masculine energy, whoever he is blocked out of this divine feminine energy. So that's why I say he's not, wherever he went, he didn't go back to the divine feminine, because divine feminine ain't having it. This karmic feminine, she see this friend group as her loyal fans. Really what I'm hearing is flying monkeys, people that she were using, basically that she felt like were in her corner. Because what I'm getting is like whoever this karmic feminine is, she have been with this masculine energy for a long time. They may even have children. They may have a family together. So she feels very much more invested. And in her mind, she feels like she has more time and more effort or whatever you want to call it in regards to this masculine energy. But what I'm really hearing is she may have more time, but the divine feminine had more spiritual impact on this masculine's life. So on one hand, you have somebody that this person has been with for a long time, but it's been a very toxic relationship the whole time. Whereas I feel like the time with this divine feminine may have been shorter, but it was more profound. It was in the time that they spent, this divine feminine basically crammed what I'm hearing is like a decade worth of emotional support, love, care into this masculine energy. So in this masculine energy's mind, this divine feminine is carrying more weight in terms of their effect on this masculine energy. So really, like I said, this karmic feminine is very upset because, like I said, she feels like, she has done everything for this masculine energy. This is somebody that in their, honestly, in their codependency has made themselves too available to this masculine energy. And I hate to say it, but sometimes when you give, I remember one of my aunts saying this when I was younger. When you give a man everything he wants, expect him to run slap over you. This is kind of what this is giving me. Like this karmic feminine, in her effort to keep this masculine energy, she put up with some pretty insufferable behavior. I'm hearing like cheating, betrayals, because this is somebody who is, like I said, they're codependent and their self esteem is not there. It's not where it's supposed to be. So this person was basically catering to this masculine energy in an effort to keep them. This is what they thought they needed to do in order to, you know, basically win this person over, win this person's heart, make this person love them. And honestly, all it really did was basically, show this masculine energy that this karmic feminine has no self value. And the fact that this karmic feminine fell for the bait of the triangulation and this divine feminine did not, she had self respect and self esteem and walked away from the situation. It just highlighted to the masculine energy in the situation even more so that this karmic feminine did not have self worth, because I just sounds crazy, but this masculine energy was doing this kind of juggling comparison, and they were enjoying the juggling. But when this divine feminine walked away, it was suddenly like all of a sudden this person went from feeling conflicted about these two energies and then suddenly feeling very clear about this divine feminine energy, because what he saw was a woman of worth, a woman of value. And then he realized that this woman was walking away from him. So, but to this karmic feminine, she felt like this bomb was forged in fire, because this is somebody who basically gave this masculine complete authority over them. And they did this by, allowing themselves to be taken advantage of, to be misused, to tolerate cheating and disrespect and all kind of other behavior, you know. And I feel like this person participated in some stuff that she may not have even felt comfortable with in order to keep this masculine energy. You know, this is somebody that is really, like I said, they felt like when they got with this masculine energy, this was their travel goals, man. This was, the person of the caliber that they wanted, and it's I hate to say this, but this is coming from a very superficial place. It's giving me like this masculine energy is very physically attractive. They might be the kind of man that most women flock to, most women want. And this is somebody that when she got him, she felt like she hit the lottery. She felt like, this was the start of her being in this position of what she felt like would be power, because she had won out over all these other, women, and actually was able to get this masculine energy to marry her. But what I'm really hearing, the real reason why this masculine energy married her was because she was so codependent and she didn't have self-esteem, and um he could basically do whatever he want to while getting to present to the world this perfect image of a family life, a home life, so that he would get the basically he would get the image of looking stable and a family man, a man of, a pillar of the community, a man of a man of respectability. She helped him basically keep up the facade. Whether this feminine realized it or not, they both had the same agenda, because like I said, this is karmic feminine was very much caring about the image as well, the facade as well. So these two really matched very well. They both together were able to kind of, present to the world this perfect image of a life that neither one of them really was living. All of that is like, how people post pictures and people are under the comments going, hashtag relationship goals. This was this couple. But in actuality, behind that perfectly curated image of hashtag relationship goals was a house that was built on a bad foundation. These two were with each other for basically social pressures. They both were getting older. They both were toxic and low vibrational and karmic. And so, they're her wounding, his wounding, or his, narcissism is what I'm hearing, matched very well. And so these two match made in karmic heaven is what I'm hearing. This karmic feminine was so, hell bent on keeping this masculine energy that she allowed herself to become an outright liar as it related to this divine feminine. This is somebody that made up whoppers. And I'm hearing just like outlandish lies and stories about this divine feminine because, like I said, this is somebody that wanted to keep this masculine energy. She fell for the triangulation, and she was like, by any means necessary, she wanted to win at all cost. You know, now, unfortunately, all of this has exploded. This divine feminine, like I said, when she realized what was happening and how she was being triangulated, she walked out of this situation. Then what happened is, once this divine feminine walked out of the situation, all the projection, all of the spell work, all of the lying and the manipulation, it has to go back somewhere. So, boom, it boomerang back. And then the truth got exposed of what this karmic feminine was doing, how far she had gone to try to keep this masculine energy. And she has been exposed in the 3D in the environment to this, group of friends that she was recruiting, to help her to be on her side to try to block this masculine energy from moving toward this divine feminine. Now, this karmic feminine is dealing with a lot of unwanted attention because this is somebody that is falling from grace. Their mask has been ripped off. They are definitely in despair. This is somebody that is now feeling neglectful because once this really came out, this masculine energy was already, you know, like I said, when this divine feminine moved out of the way, that sent a shock through this masculine's energy that quite literally left him in a despair. And I'm seeing somebody like moping around the house, depressed, like in a bad mood. And this karmic feminine was watching this, and it just made her more and more angry. And that's really what led to kind of like this escalation of, I'm hearing mission destroy divine feminine is what really that kicked into high gear for this karmic feminine. Mission, you know, hashtag, destroy divine feminine is what is like somebody like you see in the cartoons where the little cartoon character is seeing red and all of a sudden it's like flashing, and I'm hearing like an alarm. I'm hearing what I'm really hearing is like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, whenever she was like, like the music would be like, that alarming music that would come on when she was getting ready to go after one of the people. That's what I'm hearing. Like this is what was clearly like this she got tunnel vision. She was seeing red. She couldn't, she all rationale, all logic just went out the window. That's really what I'm hearing. Like Uma Thurman, Kill Bill, that alarm, you know, music. Yeah. So now this is somebody that, like I said, people are seeing that this Karmic Feminine wrote fake checks, lies and made up stories about this divine feminine. And now this is somebody that is now sitting in despair because they're being ostracized. They're being, looked at as psycho and crazy because they went to great lengths to defame and to try to destroy this divine feminine. And it did not work, and they're being exposed. So now, like I said, this person is, excuse me, spiritual burp. This person is sitting in a lot of despair because, like I said, when this masculine energy lost this divine feminine, they already went into some kind of like, I'm hearing soul shock. So the masculine energy in the question was thrown into right into what could be termed as ego death. This karmic feminine lost it, watching this masculine energy mourn this divine feminine and what he felt was a connection, a spiritual connection for him. And then the karmic feminine went into overdrive. But the truth of the matter is, I'm really getting this masculine energy had planned on leaving anyways. I just feel like in the meantime he was just playing this. Jeez, this dude was playing a game using this karmic feminine to try to make the divine feminine jealous. Toxic, toxic, toxic. A a plot that backfired. So really, at the point that this masculine energy was juggling these two, like I said, he was already wanting this divine feminine, but he was using this karmic feminine to triangulate to try to make the divine feminine jealous, and it backfired disastrously because the divine feminine realized what he was doing in the games he was playing and that he was triangulating her with this karmic feminine. She left the situation. This karmic feminine felt initially relieved because she was like, oh, okay, I got this woman out of the way. He's mine, only for this masculine energy to basically fall into this dark night of the soul where he basically started ignoring this karmic feminine, ignoring anything in regards to this karmic feminine, and was very mopey and focused on this divine feminine. And I'm getting a sense, like I said, even before this divine feminine, this karmic masculine wanted out of this situation, but they were staying also for appearance's sake. And now that all of that, and then so somewhere in there, this masculine energy left this karmic feminine. I feel like before this truth came out, even, but now that the truth is out of what this karmic feminine, how far she went, this karmic masculine is doubling down on him not wanting to be with this karmic feminine. So it's just like a weird recipe disaster of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now this karmic feminine is sitting, like I said, in this despair. She's feeling betrayed by this karmic masculine. She's feeling neglected. Her codependency wounds are through the roof right now because this whole situation of this karmic masculine walking away has just triggered her codependency wounds and her vulnerability blockages to high heaven. So this is somebody that is in a lot of despair. They are going through their own dark night of the soul because of this karmic masculine basically refusing to entertain them anymore, even more so, like I said, since this truth has come out. And since this karmic feminine was very dependent codependent on not only this karmic masculine, but codependent on external validation. This is somebody that is really, they're in a bad space. They're having to sit and deal with these subconscious wounds that they're still not ready to heal. They're having to face the fact that they got a lot of parental issues. This is somebody that has a lot of childhood wounding that relates to their parents. It originated from their parents. This is why this person is really in this codependency energy. There's a lot of trauma, all types of trauma. I'm just gonna put that there. There's a lot of trauma here, all types that originate from this karmic feminine's childhood. This is someone who is finding that their third eye is blocked. This is somebody that is they're upside down in their life. Their life feels upside down, like energetically, mentally, financially. This person has no friends. Their family is looking at them side eyeing them because, like I said, once this truth hit the fan, it was shocking for everybody. If her family included. Oh boy, oh my goodness. Yeah, this karmic feminine is facing a reality check, about their own behavior, about this masculine energy, and about their own wounding and how far, this person is really having to sit in this. Because, like I said, when this divine feminine walked away, it's like it set off a boomerang. Everything that was happening just went back to the karmic masculine and this karmic feminine. Whatever they were doing, that it's giving me like energy manipulation, spell work, meaning speaking negatively, false narratives, false evidence. All of that stuff is considered spell work. And then this karmic feminine, like I said, she was in her, you know, Beatrice Kiddo, revenge plot, because this is somebody that was feeling betrayed, you know, in her Uma Thurman Kill Bill energy. This is somebody, like I said, that just they lost sight of reality, and they allowed all of they allowed their south node energy to take over. This is somebody that quite literally stepped into demon time, as I would say. This person got on demon time. And unfortunately, this divine feminine is divinely protected. So the Most High God checked her and her demons at the door when she tried to come for this divine feminine. Because, like I said, this is somebody that removed themselves from the situation when they found out what this masculine energy was doing. So honestly, this divine feminine was never this person's enemy. Like I said, they were never in competition with this karmic feminine. They don't know this karmic feminine. This divine feminine just did not want any parts of the situation. But since this karmic feminine couldn't attack the person they really probably needed to attack, which was this masculine energy, because he was the one that set up this whole scenario from the start, she attacked the divine feminine because that felt like a safer target, because she still wanted this masculine energy. And I see women do that all the time. It's like the woman that her man is cheating, and then she go confront the woman. Like, honey, that woman, even if she knew, she doesn't owe you fidelity. The person who violated the relationship is the person you're in the relationship with. I've never been a fan of confronting the other woman, And 90% of the time, the other woman doesn't know about you, the main woman, or whatever. These guys are not out here telling the truth. They're not out here like, hey, I got a wife and kids at home. You want to take up a relationship with me? You know? Most women are gonna be like, hell no, I don't want that. So another reason why confronting the other woman is never the feather in the cap that women think it is. Because 90% of the time, most women are not aware. And then there's the 10% of time where those women are trifling in. But I feel like this karmic feminine already knew that this divine feminine wasn't that type. So that's the part where, like I said, the all rationale, all logic went out the window, because when she saw red and she turned into this Uma Thurman Kill Bill character that she had in her head, she forgot all sense of reason, all logic. Just like I said, all common sense went out the window. Yeah, honestly, this whole relationship started as a love affair with this masculine energy. These two were hookups. These two were one night stand type of booty call. And this somehow, like I said, this karmic feminine started off as a hookup with this masculine energy, saw his prestige in her mind, his, energy, which I am now being told was really because he was in this divine feminist energy. So he presented as way more elevated than he actually was. So this karmic feminine thought she was hitting the jackpot. Like I said, this is somebody that thought that they had met, you know, they had won the relationship lottery. And now, like I said, this divine feminist energy is out of this situation. So this person is getting another double reality check. Because now that this divine feminist energy is out of the way and the truth is exposed of not only this karmic masculine and this karmic feminine, but this karmic feminine is realizing this karmic masculine don't look as appetizing as he did. Like it's kind of like now that the light has shone into the dark corners of all the recesses of this relationship, she's starting to realize this karmic masculine is not as attractive as she thought he was. And what she really thought made him attractive was the fact that he was masked up in this divine feminine's energy. So she's getting a lot of reality checks here. This person that she was holding on to, they didn't they sold her a bag of beans and told her they were magical. I'm hearing Jack and the Beanstalk. He sold her a bag of beans, magical beans that turned out to just be real beans. They weren't. There was nothing magical about the beans at all. They were just beans, and not even good beans. Just this is somebody that is finding themselves stuck. The Most High has put a kibosh in this karmic feminine's little revenge plot. But this karmic feminine is still somewhere in her mind thinking that there's going to be a joyful reunion between this karmic masculine and this divine feminine. And I can tell you right now, it is not going to be a joyful reunion at all. There is no reunion coming. That's what the masculine energy wanted you to think, karmic feminine. That's where he was heading. That was just to mess with your head. You know, this is somebody that is now being, exposed as being a copycat. This karmic feminine was a copycat. This karmic masculine was a copycat. They all, like I said, them two was wearing so many masks. Yeah. This is somebody that was trying to, in competition, was trying to convert themselves into this divine feminine to try to keep this masculine energy. That's been exposed. This person is facing obstacles one after the other because, like I said, karma and divine judgment is hitting this karmic feminine bad right now. You know, and this is somebody that is trapped in their own mind because they still have all these subconscious wounds. They still have all this childhood trauma. They still have all this stuff to heal. Oh boy. And even worse, this person accidentally told on themselves. Sorry. This person accidentally told on themselves. Something they did in this situation is what gave up the whole shabam. I think it had to do with all those lies. This person lied so much they lost track of their lies. I'm hearing. They lost track of what lies they were telling and they accidentally told on themselves because one of them lies, somebody in this little group of friends or something, somebody questioned them on it. And I'm getting is somebody that knows this divine feminine personally. Somebody in this group of friends actually knows this divine feminine personally. And they fact checked something that this karmic feminine was saying. They knew this divine feminine and they fact checked it and found out that this karmic feminine was lying. And that's what got them exposed. That was the accidental confession, because they had lied. They told so many lies on this divine feminine that, yeah, boy, ooh boy, that's what it was. Somebody in this friend group knows this divine feminine, and reached out, had a conversation, a meetup, lunch, something. And I'm getting the sense like the friend didn't even outright ask the divine feminine, but in the course of the conversation, something this divine feminine said, like just in conversation, like the stuff they were talking about. And basically the divine feminine was having conversation like, oh, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm doing, or da 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 da. And somewhere in there it gave that friend the answer to the lie, one of the lies that this person has said, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm getting off of that. Jeez. Oh boy. Yeah. Honestly, in a lot of weird ways, and in a twisted weird kind of way, this karmic feminine is attracted to this divine feminine, but I'm not even necessarily getting in a sexual kind of way, but I get the sense that she actually admires this divine feminine. Like, this is somebody that, under different circumstances, I feel like she would want to be friends with this divine feminine because she admires her, but I think that also contributes to the low self-esteem because, you know this is somebody that she herself would want to be, want to be friends with. She admires her in a weird kind of way. She respects her. But at the same time, like I said, she just saw her as competition for this karmic masculine, when in actuality, she was never, This is somebody that really turned themselves into a fanatic because, like I said, they wanted to win at all costs, you know. And now this person, like I said, they feel betrayed because they're realizing that this karmic masculine was just using them this entire time. The whole time. Their whole relationship was built. Like I said, this relationship was never built on a good foundation. It was built on the fact that these two, I mean, it lust. It was built off of lust. And this karmic masculine is showing up as in the energy as a user. So from the beginning, like I said, he got with this karmic feminine because she was codependent and tolerated all types of behavior. So this is really, you know, the reality part of the reality check that this karmic feminine is having to sit in is that if they had been healed, you know, if they had been in a higher vibrational frequency, this karmic masculine would have never been able to use them. They would have never kind of contributed to their own kind of dark night of the soul. It was, like I say, this thing kind of collided as a recipe of disaster. Oh boy. But this is somebody that was in diva energy. They didn't want to work on themselves. Like I said, they had been getting, excuse me, another spiritual work. They had been getting cosmic nudges from their spirit team and the Most High God that it was time for them to go in and do their work. This person liked being in this diva energy. They liked, being, in this image of this perfect life. And this is somebody, like I said, their self-worth was external. They had to rely on other people seeing them in a positive light for their sense of self, because that codependency and that low self-esteem was just too big. And this person was running from themselves, running from their trauma, running from their unhealed, all the unhealed areas of their life. Yeah. Showing up in the energy as somebody that has a lot of excessive baggage. This is somebody that now wants to have faith. They want to have faith in God because they've made a mess of their lives. They made a mess of things. And now this person, like I said, they're being humbled in the worst kind of way because their whole little house of revenge, their whole little house of cards, everything has come completely collapsing on this karmic feminine's head. They have nothing to show for all of this. And on top of that, it's like I said, this karmic masculine still left. They still left. and this person is sitting in this despair, and their life has hit rock bottom. This karmic feminine life is at rock barrel bottom. This is somebody that ignored the red flags because honestly, I'm getting the sense that this karmic feminine knew from day one that this karmic masculine was not over that divine feminine. She knew. And this is the thing with women, like, we all know. I mean, I can't think of too many women that truly don't know when a man's heart is occupied. I have met plenty of men who, like, oh, great man, would have been a great relationship if they weren't already still in love with their ex or something like that. That's the kind of feeling this is giving me. Like, this karmic feminine arrived on the scene with this masculine energy, knowing that this person was still in love with somebody else. And honestly, in the case of the men that I've met, when I would meet guys and well, I say, because I haven't been on a date in years now, so I can't say I can meet guys. I haven't been on a date in years. But when I used to date, um, yeah, when you meet a guy and he gets to talking and y'all get to having conversations, it comes out pretty early into conversating with a person, and it's pretty obvious that a guy is not over somebody. I remember going on 2 dates with one guy in particular, and the 2 dates, all he did was talk about his ex-girlfriend. I mean, some of them are not that obvious, but there's a lot of clues. As women, we pick up on those clues a lot quicker than, average. Yeah. She knew there was unresolved drama still between these two. She knew, but this was somebody, like I say, they wanted to be seen in a certain light. They liked the kind of light that this masculine energy cast on them, but that light was never that masculine energy. That light was the divine feminine's energy. And then, that retaliation plan of hers just led to this karmic masculine just resigning. All of this backfired disastrously. Now, this karmic feminine is sitting in ego death. They're sitting in the dark night of the soul. This karmic masculine is sitting in the dark night of the soul, as well as ego death as well. This divine feminine is completely removed out of this picture. She has nothing to do with this situation. She never wanted to be triangulated in this situation. You know, she didn't do anything to try to encourage this triangulation. That's really what I'm getting here. Like I said, this karmic masculine really was the one that set this whole little plot into motion with this triangulation of this karmic feminine and this divine feminine, when in actuality this was somebody that was being a coward. I gotta say it. This person was being a coward because if they really wanted to have a shot at the divine feminine, they should have came straight up, and they should have not played games with this karmic feminine, because she has feelings and a heart too. Or vice versa. If this karmic masculine wanted to be with this karmic feminine and told this divine feminine the truth, she would have respected that either way. Like, I'm getting a sense from this divine feminine, she's not the type to try to hold on to somebody that does not want to be with her. So she would have been respectful of him wanting to be, with this karmic feminine. But this is not what this guy tried to have the best of both worlds, and then he tried to triangulate the two women against each other, and the only one of them fell for the triangulation plot. That was this karmic feminine. This divine feminine saw right through it and said, no, thank you. So now, like I said, everything this karmic masculine set out to plot has backfired disastrously, and he hurt other people in the equation, other people that didn't deserve it. This karmic feminine might have her own issues, but nobody deserves to be triangulated and made to feel like they need to compete for somebody's love. Like, karmic or divine feminine, nobody deserves that. Like, that's not the way to go. People who have integrity, people who have moral values, don't do that to people. You don't, because when you understand that, people have feelings, you don't do that to other people. You don't use other people and try to triangulate people and use them as pawns and weapons against each other. So I can see why this divine feminine is out of that situation and don't want no parts of it, because this karmic masculine sounds very immature emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. And now this karmic feminine is, having to sit, not to say she's a victim, because she had her free will choice in here too, not to take the bait and not to, go off the deep end on this retaliation. But this whole thing was just a recipe for disaster. But that is the message. Be blessed.